Hey everybody, Dr. Downwell here. It's a good tournament, it's fast paced. We're gonna see how these guys do. Move those, this timer, I just can't figure out what I want to put it at. I guess this is fine. Let me see if they're ready. Two, one, go. Lost my voice a little bit, but I'll be alright. 30 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna take those cats away too. They ain't got no cats yet. That's what I like to see out the gate is immediate, just landing directly on blobs and frogs, getting plenty of combos. I think these guys are gonna do it. They're gonna make it. Shotgun's a pretty nasty weapon for this area. I actually do have the most trouble with Area 1 in a lot of games, and this one especially. I have trouble in Area 1. I just am so weak out the gate, and I'm so used to having the power that you get at the end that I play wrong. I just don't wrap my head around how weak I actually am and try and combo when I can't do it. Weakness in this game, of course, being number of bullets more than anything else. But also all those perks that help you stay airbound. Debating whether he wants punchy or not. Detective takes a hit. They keep topped off with the weapon swapping constantly. But if all you do is stay topped off, I don't know, it might be better off to just play a little slower. Not go in the weapons room at all. I don't know. I guess it depends on what weapon you end up using and how much energy you have for it. There's that apple. Any color differences on this screen is because they picked that palette. They're free to pick whatever palette they want. I like both of these palettes just fine. Default is black and red. Oh, that's gonna stick a death. I didn't realize how hurt he was. Died in 1-3. Meanwhile, Detective is on his way through 2-1. Ugh. Jeez. I'm gonna try something. See if this works. I think it will. to repair that extremely minor amount of screen down there. Neat. I believe the balloon blocks damage from above 1 time per level and then goes away. Not the most exciting power-up, but it is a trademark for the game. It's one of the ones people recognize for Downwell. Downwell's character was in some indie fighter brawler thing, and he has the balloon in that. It's a very popular game on mobile and mildly popular on Steam. There's a couple enemies in this game that come from above, especially in World 3, where if you miss the squid, it goes up and then comes back down. And that's when it comes at you. There's also a lot of enemies that chase after you. Most of them are too slow to worry about too much. Escorian's here in World 2. Chris, go ahead, thanks for sub, man. Oppie.
Downwell is such a fun game.
Oppie for both. Okay, there's machine gun. Oh, laser. Laser with 4 shots, that's about when I would start using it, I think. That's enough shots for me. Smugsley, thanks for sub as well.
Kaboom.
There's World 3. There's one of the squids I was talking about. Did not let it through. That one you'll see come back down though. There it is. Comes down like that. Pretty rapidly too. Things can get a little nasty if you let that happen. Also, you're missing your combo if you let that happen. Might as well go after him. You can still kill him on the way down. It's not as easy though. They're pretty defenseless going up. They're white, so that you can jump on them, or whatever palette you've chosen. Whatever the color of the natural neutral enemy is. Instead of red doom enemies. Jumping on them is really easy. It's just slow. That gives you your ammo back, and this is really good. But when they're coming back down, you gotta get out of the way. Oh. There's burst. It's a weapon I don't see too often here. I think it's just coincidence, because there's no reason to avoid it, I don't think. Shotgun. Shotgun is really good, though. Just wiped out 3 skulls in 1 shot. I don't think any other gun can do that. Triple might be able to, but it would take more than 1 shot. For that reason, shotgun has some value. Escorian is catching up. They took a death, pretty nasty early on death, but they're on their way. Both players doing really well this time. I don't think that Detective has died yet. He's just not going quite as fast as Escorian has been. Another 2 energy to switch off that shotgun to a machine gun. Escorian still has some ground to cover. He's still 1 area behind, I think. 1.5 really, because Detective will be done with this area soon. The oxygen is a minor concern, unless you're taking your time and not stopping at the little areas. Because there was 3 air bubbles in there, and that's a pretty hardy amount of the area you can hold. I think it's like half. It's just half your oxygen. But he's done. He's moving on to World 4 here. Which means that Esco is here pretty far behind. Actually, starting to fall behind too much. If Detective does not slow down or die, it's going to be rough for Escorian to catch up. We do have more matches tonight. This is a 6-hour gap that I'll probably fill with Link to the Past. Or something, some kind of challenge making thing. Ooh. Nice jumping. You can wall jump in this game. I haven't mentioned that because I don't do it. It's really hard. It's not like a Meat Boy wall jump or something. It's not easy to do. I don't really understand how it works, honestly. I can't get it to work when I want it to. Sometimes I do it on accident. It is a thing, though, and you can jump off the walls and preserve your combo and stop your speed. You might want to do that if you could. I wish it was easier to do. That might change the game for the worse, though. I'm not sure. But it is in the game as a feature. There's that knife and fork. Didn't go for it, went for the youth. Heal and more upgrade options. Pretty late to get that, I think. You get 1 HP back and you get to pick more options at level up. Well, both players are in World 4. Obviously, Detective has gotten there first. There's that jetpack on Escorian's side, saving his life. No damage taken. Oh, there he goes. Number 3. They have maintained this distance from each other here. And, you know, it's gonna be pretty much because Escorian took a death. That's definitely where this distance came from. That's about right. Did he buy something at the store? I don't think he did. I wonder why not. Maybe it was too expensive. He's got to make up a level and a half here still. Detective's keeping up that pace. He's tumbling down super fast. Boss time. Honestly, I don't think you're going to get to the boss and not have enough ammo to do it. You just kind of naturally get that much energy. Energy is not really a concern. I would say about the time you get to World 2 or 3, you're probably already good. And you're definitely going to get some combos in World 4, unless you actively avoid it. I don't know why you would. It doesn't really help you much. You might take a lot of lumps trying to do that. I don't think that either of these players have gone crazy hard for, like, getting energy, and they still have plenty. There's 7 laser shots on the right. That's a lot of laser shots. That's plenty. It's enough to start each phase of this and wipe out the enemies, too. There's plenty of places to land in this. Goes for Noppy. We're gonna see Noppy with a full spread of ammo and the turret to back it up. Maybe that's why. The turret kind of doubles up on him there. It shoots straight down, adds to his damage. Noppy over laser is an interesting choice. It'll work. Maybe he just wanted that HP. Escorian's still not at the boss. It's really just taking a little too long of a time. Detective is in phase 3. It's water. Gotta collect that air while fighting these monsters. There's machine gun. I think machine gun would be easier to use on this boss because he doesn't move. Nappy helps you aim. But this boss is dead center. Does not move. There's not a whole lot to him after you learn his primary move is the triple fireball technique, but he's always dead center, so. Escorian's at the boss. It's a little too late, though. I think Detective's gonna get it. He did. Detective gets points 1. That was close. 15 minutes gone. 15 minutes is a nice walking pace. That's what I would call a safe time. I figure you can beat the game twice in 30 minutes and guarantee the run if you're good at it and you don't rush too much. I'm okay with letting Escorian finish if that's what he wants to do. He's right there. I'm just waiting on him to be ready. And as soon as he is, we'll start over. Get that second match. Looks like it. Three, 2, 1, go. We've had some good players, Ribbon. I'm not sure if that's true. There were players, I mean, out of all the matches we've seen, only four games out of, this is game number 8 or 10. I think this is game number 8. We've only seen the boss not die. And they did make it to the boss, they just didn't kill him in 2 of those. And then the other ones, he died super fast. Oh, there's lyrics in this. Sorry, Dan. Not too big on lyrics and music I play on stream. No, I don't mind it. All out for Double Dragon, though. You might be able to win just by getting further, but these players are clearing it consistently in 9 or 10 minutes. if there's a speed run, that you're looking at, you need to make sure it's not in-game time. Because in-game time is wrong. The actual time on the run you're talking about is 8.5 minutes. Triple. Oh, you know, it's like any game, and it is a reasonably hard game. You might be able to win by not clearing it, or quickly even, but if we win a tournament that way, we're going to see these players clear it in 10 minutes at the end of this. They already have. We've already seen that happen twice. 2 different sets of players have done it. Some really fast ones already. So there's definitely competition in this thing. Gonna see some high-level Downwell play before the end of this is over. Boop. There's Noppy. And triple. I think Escorian is the faster player here. Like I said, 15 minutes is a pretty walking pace kind of speed, honestly. It's not... I mean, it won. And it might not be a bad idea to do it in a race, because, I don't know, but eventually, I don't think it will win. I don't know that 15 minutes is quite good enough. And if Escorian does not take a death, maybe they'll get this one... Because that's what put them back. They did take a death. They're at 1 health, though, again. It's really easy to get messed up if you're pushing too hard. That's why it's so risky. It doesn't really matter where you're at, unless you have like 10 HP somehow. And if you have 10 HP, you're not going that fast, because that's a waste of time. Getting that HP up there like that is just killing the clock. Escorian is losing this one, though, right now. Detective is slightly ahead. Didn't realize how fast he was rolling. Going faster than last time, that's for sure. (3-1) is clear. Their weapons, the stage layout, and the mutations they get may very well affect things a lot for their speed. There's definitely a bit of RNG into this thing. I'll tell you one thing that is really nice to have that Escorian has, for example. Eating corpses. No longer do they have to stop to heal anywhere. They can just eat these. And they'll probably end up with more max HP too. They certainly are close. It's like 2 or 3 corpses away from getting that 4th pip of health and getting that HP upgrade. The blast module and stuff is pretty good too for clearing stuff fast. Usually I don't opt for that because it doesn't help me get combos. But in the case of speed, probably the way to go. Anything that kills things fast. Looks like they both have the eating corpse thing. And Common is still a stage ahead. He's pulling ahead faster and faster. I think Escorian's being slowed down by all these side paths. You want to get that energy, but you know what? You can honestly get that energy from stores too. Or combos, just natural 10s, 15s. The 15 combo gives you 2 energy, I believe. That's a good way to get it. Goes for burst. Still not done with this stage area. And Detective ran out of air and took some hits there, but it's just 1 damage. You don't instantly die or anything, so... Ooh. They're both on 3-3 now. Well, so much for that. An entire stage behind now. Escorian has lost a lot of time in this water zone, somehow. First for the drop zone. Every second's gonna matter here. Escorian's losing so much time. Still not done with this area. His opponent is at the same health, very similar upgrades, and an entire stage ahead still. Down to 4-2. I'll have to play some Downwell music at some point here. Maybe I'll get it ready for the next next matchup. I don't want to play Downwell music the whole time because the tournament's going to go on too long for it. It's not bad though, it's serviceable. Oh! Let's play Sinking Feeling. This is from Environmental Station Alpha. Biggest combo would be a harder tournament to watch and track. Both players coming into about 10 minutes of time now in this one run that they both survived. Escorian's doing better on that front right now. It doesn't really matter as long as those last 3 hits don't happen. The detective. And he's probably going to get some HP back before the end of this. You definitely do in this part. You definitely end up with some HP boosts from the combo, but he took another hit there. Getting a little rough. Did not get a heal off the weapons either. Got to keep on rolling without that. Lost his combo. There is a store right before the boss. I don't know if you're going to get enough health to win, though. Oh, this is looking nasty. Oh, shit. A death. This is Escorian's huge chance, actually, because now they're, what, 16 levels ahead? Something like that. I guess there's only 3 parts per stage, so I guess they're only 12 ahead, actually. There's a store. Scoring with full health, 6 and a laser with 8 shots on it. Looking pretty sharp. And about to hit 7 HP actually. Oh no, stopped it right at 24. Oh jeez. That hurts. That hurts me, personally. It doesn't really matter, obviously, but it was right there, you know, that was the 8th health. Dying at the end of a race, yes, is pretty bad. That's extremely not where you want to die. Thankfully, like me and Azite were talking about yesterday, I do believe, and so does he, that the 3rd area, and especially the 4th area, are not that dangerous. They can be. Detective got a little screwed there. Had some bad luck. Had some bad plays. Got taken out. But I would say on the whole, it's easier. He's not playing on hard, is he? By the way, it's hard to tell sometimes. I don't think he is. He wasn't before. It's really easy to tell in the Aqua Zone, but beyond that, I can't really tell too easily because of the way the air is distributed there. It just looked a really mean area for World 1-1 there, but I don't think it was. He shouldn't be on hard. If he is, we'll have to make sure on the replay that he's not. He wasn't before. No, he's definitely on normal now. Well, can escorian pull off this win? Because if he cannot, he's in a lot of trouble. He made it to the boss first, which means that Detective has to beat the game to win. But, I certainly believe Detective can do that. He's already done it today. And he has plenty of time left to do it. 17 minutes is more than enough. Just about anybody at any pace would probably win in 17 minutes. That's plenty of time. That's enough time to rack up combos and come in here with 12 HP. Escorian's down to 1 health. Gotta use that laser a little safer. Gotta play it from a distance here. Kill the minions. Dodge. Past that phase. Final phase. 1 health. Not gonna get any more HP back. This final phase is about bouncing off of debris to get your ammo back. Killing the minions that you cannot bounce off of. Oh, escorian ties at the final phase. Round 2 of this matchup is pretty nasty for both players here. Well, tracking the combos as a commentator would be hard. Not that it would be hard in game. I know it tracks that. But, commentary is part of the show. I gotta make sure I know what I'm talking about. And it would be hard to do. Because we'd have to really be vigilant on both screens. I think beating the game is a better idea. Especially since combos is extremely RNG. Oh man. Well, what's the damage, escorian? Catacombs 2 is where he's got to catch up to. There's only so much speed you can gain. If he plays this perfectly, he can still finish in like 10 minutes or less. That might be enough speed, but he's gonna have to really cruise. He's in Caverns 3. The first areas aren't too bad, and I'll tell you, Detective had a lot of trouble too. He did die more than once in this. So he didn't get the full boost of this death that escorian took, which was a worse death than even he took. He died in like 3-3 or 3-2. Or it was 4-3 or 4-2, one of those two. And escorian died to the final boss, which is the worst place of all. Final phase, final boss, can't get worse than that. That's like dying to the nuclear throne. In these roguelike games, where there's no checkpoint, you gotta do the entire game in one go. Any death anywhere is bad, but the better you do before you die, the worse the death feels, the worse, more damage it does. But because Detective had such a bad restart there, he's got a lead, but it's not a huge one. You can still catch up on this. It's just gonna be hard. It's just not the kind of game where you can easily catch up. You really have to be going fast to catch up. Can, but you gotta throw your tactics into the wind a little bit. If I took a death on the boss, I would be going in here like a freaking renegade, dude. I'd be falling light speed. I would not stop for anything to try and catch up. I'd be at that boss with 4 health or less and whatever energy I had. I would probably stop at the stores to buy ammo and that's it. For the purposes of judgment call, if nobody beats the boss in this run, then Esconitz has won, gets a point, because he made it all the way to the boss. He made it further, and that's more important than anything else. Took a little longer to get through World 4 than Common Mask did, but he did make it through World 4, which Common Mask did not, so he's ahead in my book. More ground was gained. The run was better as a result, in my opinion. Detective's in the water zone here. Esco is still working on 2-3. These dang skeletons. Oh, Esco takes 3 hits in a row. That hurt to see. That hurt to see. Couple more foul ups like that and this is over. He can't afford another death. We'll see, I guess. He does have that that safety net in case Detective fails again, and if Detective makes it too much further, if another couple minutes go by and then he takes a death, I'm gonna have to call it. I think the worst enemy in this game is that big old skull that reacts to you shooting it and then goes mad. He has a lot of health, so you usually cannot kill it in one hit. I think the shotgun can kill it in one hit, maybe, possibly. I don't think the laser can. If it can, it barely can. I can't remember. But he's a pain in the ass. And when you shoot him and he turns red, and you have to deal with a freaking mad skeleton. There's World 4. A lot of the other enemies in this game are just chasers, and there's a couple that throw bones and come faster than others, and a lot of them are red, so you can't bounce on them, but I think the skeleton skull boy is one of the most dangerous of all the boys in Downwell. I don't have a problem with the lazy chase follow enemies, really. The squids are interesting, but I like them. I think they're cool. Escorian's through 3-2 only. Oh man, he's further behind than I thought. Detective is building himself into something powerful here with 6 HP and a good lead. He very well may take this just because Escorian could not put the finishing blow on that boss. He's got that time void thing again, which is that's just gonna give him a frozen time bubble basically when he gets hit. You might get a little bit of use out of that on the boss, maybe. If you get hit, you can really drill into him with the laser or whatever. You have a ranged weapon anyway. Now, Detective there chose not to use his combo. I think I know why, though. I think I'm starting to understand why players are doing that. So, he has full health, so he's just going to get more max HP. Maybe he doesn't want that. Maybe he just wants to... I mean, he's not going to get more max HP anytime soon. He could probably have done it, and I think he probably should have, but I think what he's thinking is, if he takes a hit, then he can use it to heal back up, and that's 1 HP back instead of 1 theoretical HP. Bit of progress. But I mean, at this point, as he enters 3-3, or 4-3, I mean, definitely could have had that max HP by now. There it goes. Use that up. Here's Laser. Escorian's finally in the 4th section. Working on it with a pretty lame gun for this. There are people who swear by Noppy, and I think it's okay, but I wouldn't want to use it here. I'd rather have something that destroys these guys in one shot. There are like 3 or 4 weapons that'll do it if you aim them well. I think it's a lot easier to deal with these guys in that case. But Noppy is one of the guns, and so is Machine Gun, that lets you stay in the air longer, if that helps you. Here's the boss. There's Burst. Burst is okay here too. I'm sure that it was taken because there's a heart on it and he doesn't want to mess around with low HP. He has a lot of it though. I mean, he did take a hit, yeah, but got 6 to spare. I guess he'd technically be at 5 though, with the laser though. I feel like the range that you get helps a lot on that, so definitely my preference. Maybe he wants to take advantage of that turret. Phase 3. I give prizes out for my tournaments. I think it would be unethical of me to jump in and steal the prize away. I usually host games that I'm really good at. We are in a very similar situation where Escorian is at the boss at the same time as it is dying on the right. But we have 3 health on the right too. Plenty of slack there, but do have to be a little careful here. Still got some damage to deal. Could end up dead if you play it loose, but there's no reason to. He doesn't know that though. Got it. Boss is defeated. 2-0, that's the final score with 4 minutes left this time. DetectiveKamenMaskX is moving on. Let me put that in the scoreboard here. I don't think he expected that. Apparently, he just got his win. All right. And that's going to put him in Area 3 as one of the... This was one of the matches from Round 2, not one of the Round 1 matches. This is a lot... Most of the groups are in Round 2 by default. A couple of unluckies, if you want to call them, poorly seeded, are in Round 1. Only 6 games, and we've already done 2 of those. So Round 1 will be over real soon. It's not currently, though, technically. I consider it all to be Round 2, Round 1, but a couple people are just going to have to play twice, that's all. We actually had a couple dropouts, and those were both in round 1, so I think there's only actually 4 round 1 games, and then all the rest are round 2, of which, that's the biggest part of the tournament. That's like half. This is the first rounds, so... That was game 6. We have 37 total in this thing, so 31 more matches to go in Downwell. There are more tonight. But thanks for watching, people. I'll be back in an hour or 2 with Link to the Past, or I won't, and I'll be back on at 7 with more of this for sure. 7, Downwell, 8, Mystery Triathlon. Those 2 things are guaranteed to happen. But if there's no Zelda matches going on, I probably won't join anything or try and start anything otherwise until then. So I'll see you then at the latest. Thanks for coming by. I'm gonna throw you at this guy who's doing 0 death Rogue Legacy runs. I haven't done that in a while. I've only achieved it once. I know what he's going through. I think that's interesting. Take it easy.